Welcome back to another episode of the Three View. Today we are joined by El Paso Rhinos head coach Alec Sherman. How's the offseason going so far?
Off season's been busy. It's always a grind. I enjoy it, but I'm ready to get rolling into the season here for sure.
Yeah, of course. And so you're going into your second full season as the head coach of the Rhinos. So you guys had the best, record that the organization has seen yet. Kind of reflect on your first season for us.
Yeah, honestly, I came in here. I've been kind of part of the organization since 2006 when they were in the other league. I played here their first two seasons, and then scouted, whatever, and then here I am back coaching. But I
Mhm.
took on the assistant job, and then our head coach got a job in the ECHL, so he left the week before training camp. So I was kind of thrown to the
Oh,
wolves.
wow.
And it was a little bit of adversity at first, but as a team, we really came together, and that's kind of what Rhino hockey is about: is building a culture and having a blue collar work ethic. And we really rode that throughout the year. I was really proud of the guys that stepped up. Being the only coach, you have to have guys on the bench that are willing to go the extra mile and do extra things to help out around the room and the rink and travel. So it was a good year. Obviously I would have liked to make it out of the first round of playoffs, but be ready for next year because we're coming.
Yeah, of course. And you just talked about being the only coach, but you guys have just announced that you have recently hired Michael Rivera. Talk about that
Yep.
hiring and how he's going to help you out.
That's huge. Obviously, he played here as well. He's actually from El Paso, so he knows what Rhino hockey is all about.
Hmm.
He's coming to us from University of Central Oklahoma, and they've been in the top tier of ACHA Division One for multiple years. So he brings a wealth of knowledge, but he also brings back kind of the old Rhino culture of past years and
Right.
understanding that work ethic and what it takes. So to have two ex Rhinos in the room is going to be huge to help with development and getting these young men to grow into adults.
Absolutely. And you guys have a unique experience having the NAHL team under the same ownership and building as you. Talk about that experience that, not all teams in the NA3 have.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's a lot of situations where we have guys that practice with us because we practice first in the morning and then right after us, the NA team practices.
Hmm.
And pretty much every week there's somebody up skating with them, be a goalie, defenseman, forward. And then those guys get opportunities, be in the lineup for a weekend and then get sent back down or whatnot. So, it's really awesome on that end for guys to be able to come in that aren't quite there for the NA, but
Hmm.
they can come in here, develop a little bit, learn the same systems that, Coach Coombs is teaching up there, and then, be able to be plugged in and, play. So that's great. And then, obviously it's awesome with the fans. We have, a lot of sellout nights between the NA and the NA3. And
Hmm.
it's wild that these people come, every single weekend and pack this barn. But they're here cheering for both teams. And then, my team, I always make them come to games when we're on off weekends. So we're cheering
Hmm.
for the other guys. And that also started the NA coming to our games. So,
Oh, that's fun.
it's a good culture. We definitely have been working on trying to build that and keep that going. But it's definitely a really good opportunity for guys that are right there looking for that opportunity to maybe make the jump to come in and develop and earn something at the next level for sure.
Yeah. And going off that, you had five commitments this year, one of them being an NCAA commit, in addition to one of your players being drafted and then one of your players being tendered in the NA. Talk about what that means that your players are able to, make that jump.
It's huge, especially being out here in El Paso. A lot of the guys are watching film on us or watching us on NATV. So we don't get a lot of people in the building. We're hoping for more,
Hmm.
obviously as these numbers grow on recruits, so I'm hoping we'll get some more, scouts in the building.
Hmm.
But we work really hard sending film to, various coaches where the kids that are aging out want to go to school, and, we try and assist them in any way to get it going. But to have everyone except for one age out, get a college, an ACHA or NCAA, roster spot is huge. So, I'm really proud of those guys. Then obviously, the tenders and the draft picks being able to make that jump, like Coach Coombs, sees them every day. So,
Right.
it's up to their advantage, and they earned it and they proved themselves, being top point producers for us. And I'm excited to see them in the other locker room this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And your team was young this year, so you have a lot of guys who have, junior eligibility left. Talk about the returners that you're going to rely on, not only to produce points, but also be leaders in your locker room as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the guys that are coming back, Joseph Gutierrez, he was, I think, our second leading scorer this year. He plays a real big 200-foot game. He can play in the D zone, but he can put the puck in the net. He's a big lead by example guy. He's going to be huge for us. And then on the back end, Austin Ronaldo, he was part of the leadership group as a captain last year. And
Mhm.
I intend on him, kind of taking the reins and being able to do the same again this year. We got a couple other guys, Julian Martinez, Eddie Soriano Trejo are from El Paso. Obviously it's great to have those kids on the roster. They work hard, they know what we're asking of them, and they come out and compete every day. So it's a really good situation. And then we brought in, we didn't really bring in a bunch of older guys. We brought in some more younger guys. So, we want to have, some more development and
Mhm.
continue, to build one group to, make that push for the Fraser.
Right. And then, besides wanting to qualify for the playoffs again, what other goals do you have as we head into this upcoming season?
Absolutely. I definitely want to keep the culture going. That's the biggest thing. Like I really want everyone to come together as a team because it is so hard these days to, try and knock out the cliques and make
Right.
everyone one unit or a family. So that's my biggest goal is to keep the culture. But, consistency is huge. Playing the style that we ask is huge. Sacrifice, you're gonna miss stuff, with your family, but you're trying to make it to that next level. You got to block shots. You got to do what it takes to win. And I think we've, slowly been building a group that is ready to do that. And, I don't think I'm going to be happy unless we're playing in St. Louis at the Fraser Cup,
Mhm.
come, March next year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking your time and joining us today, and good luck this season.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.